In this video, you will learn 3 common PPC mistakes Amazon sellers make and discover solutions on how to fix those mistakes with the help of Helium 10 tools. Get tips for proper advertising campaign setup. Make sure your product images are good enough and your product is in the right category. And find out if you are targeting the right keywords. And if you want to try Helium 10 for yourself, you'll find the link and a special offer below in the description.
Have you ever wondered when setting up your PPC campaign and ended up with no impressions? You might be one of those that have tried some formulas and have accumulated on ad spend with no desirable results. Then you might be committing these PPC mistakes. Hi, my name is Nikki and I'm from Orange Click. And today we are going to show you what those PPC mistakes you are currently doing and to give you ways to fix it. So let's dive right into it. The first thing you might notice when you are running your PPC ads is that your keywords are having no impressions at all, meaning your PPC campaign ad is not showing to the right customers. The possible reasons why this happens is because there is a listing issue, or your product is listed in the wrong category, or it could be your campaign or ad group was not delivering. Another thing is it could be a product error, which is you as a seller is not in the buy box, or you are suspended or ineligible. One thing you can check is first index for the target keywords. Check if you are indeed indexed for the keywords that you included in your campaigns. You can check it on Helium 10's keyword tracker. Second, constantly fix advertising errors. Check for any errors that Amazon might send you in the advertising console so it can be addressed right away. And if you are recognized in the wrong category, sometimes ads are placed in the listing category, which causes Amazon to suspend it. For example, if your product is being incorrectly placed to a category adults, then you can go ahead and relay this to your client and appeal to Amazon to reclassify your product to the right category and not get suspended. Another example of not being added in the right category is this French Bulldog tray. As you can see here, on a main category level, your product is classified in the kitchen and dining, and that is the right path. But when it shows up to the subcategory ice cube and trays, then that would subsequently show your product to the wrong audience. And that will contribute to your campaigns not having no impressions because it is being shown to the wrong set of eyes or audience. Same as it can be categorized as hazmat. So it is really important to constantly check if your product listing is being categorized in the right category, that you are trying to advertise it. Next is, if you are not in the buy box from your own listing, constantly check for unwanted competitors or sellers that is jumping in your listing, because it might not be the whole time you will be the only seller in the listing. So if some seller overthrown you to your own buy box, check if you have enough wiggle room in your net profit margin to compete with the new seller, and if you can lower your price, because the deciding factor here on this end is the price point. If your product error is ineligible, check if your product is currently out of stock. It can trigger your campaign to be automatically ineligible for advertising. So you have to make sure before running any campaigns correspond with the inventory manager if you have enough stocks to combat the demand brought by your PPC campaigns. Always check even after launching your campaigns if there are stocks remaining. However, if you have exhausted all your findings, not leading to your own listing issue but still rendering it ineligible, then you can proceed to file a case to find out on Amazon's end if there are any specific issue or a glitch after all. The second Amazon PPC mistake that you might be committing is if your PPC campaign is gathering a high ACoS but with high sales. Now, what is wrong here? This means that you are gaining a lot of sales but is diminished by the fact that you are spending way too much on ad spend. High sales does not always mean that it is profitable. It may be offset by the amount of ad spend, rather leaving you with less revenue. Possible reasons could be you are currently in a competitive market with ultra-optimized competitors ranking high on the right relevant keywords. Next is price point. You are simply providing way expensive product or not competitive pricing as compared to your competitors. Next reason could be your biddings are high. Now, to the part of how to fix this. If the bids are too high, lower the bids by small increments. Depending on how conservative or aggressive your approach is, in aggressive approach, you can lower the bids by 5 to 10 cents. Or in a conservative approach, adjust by the percentage between 10 to 20% and see how it is performing within 4 days to a week to allow new campaigns to adjust to new bid levels and gather enough data. Extract the keywords from broad and phrase and place them into exact match campaigns. Exact match campaigns have the most pull in terms of keywords. The higher your ranking, the more sales you get. Now, I know this might be a little bit harder to attain, but if you have proven that you are gathering more sales from those relevant keywords, then you should focus on testing them to exact match types to increase sales and without the unnecessary keywords that are underperforming. And to make sure that only those high-performing sales keywords are being highlighted in your exact match campaign. Or the other way to decrease ACoS is to get more sales. You can provide more coupons, faster delivery, or even price matching or lowering the selling price against your competitors. If the current market is competitive, opt to bid more and maximize bidding on other placements, like top of the search, and set it to dynamic up and down bidding strategy. In order to appear in the top search results page, you should put all your efforts to increasing your sponsored and organic ranking. The last type of PPC mistake you might be committing is if your campaigns are having low click-through rates or low CTR. It means your ad has been having high impressions but low clicks. This key metric that is trailing behind is the volume of clicks. Here are some points of examination to determine some causes. First, on the listing side, check your product listings retail readiness. There might be some missed optimization or enhancements to be made like dull images with few information about the actual product. You might want to add more images like sizing references, lifestyle images, or image highlighting your product's multifunctions. Another is misleading title or very expensive pricing. Here's where you can check if your product listing is more than ready to be advertised heavily with PPC. First is if your product image is better than your competitors. With the advent of AI generator tools, which Helium 10 Listing Builder has, you can conveniently create those cost-efficient product images with higher quality and better made than your competitors. Identify and emphasize your unique selling points. Aside from highlighting your USP or unique selling points to one of your AI-generated images, you can highlight it in your enhanced brand content as well to make it easier to create your PPC campaigns around it. Get indexed with more high-relevant keywords and ranked higher organically. Third, do you provide better delivery options? Check your competitors' guarantee or promise of delivery, because this is also a deciding factor when a customer can receive their desired product the soonest. That can also be your competitive edge. Fourth, do you have the most relevant keywords? The most important thing to do is to select those relevant keywords so you can be shown in the right target audience and the right category you opt to compete and sell. Lastly, if you provide some coupons to influence your customers to choose your product. Since price point is one of the main decision drivers, providing coupons can aid in persuading your customers to buy your product and gives you higher chances of having a loyal customer base in the long run. On the PPC side, you might be advertising your products in the long, far relevant product targets that you previously thought was relevant or even placing it in a wrong category. You need to determine which metric you need to work on. First, if you will focus on impressions, if click-through rates are going slightly low but the account sales performance is okay, you are just merely gaining more impressions than the idea. What you will do is to find those overexposed campaigns or targets and tone the bidding down. If you are going to focus on clicks, identify the product listing pain points and make recommendations for improvements, whether it be replacing some of more relevant keywords on bullet points or even product title. You can also do a step further by doing competitor research to check if you are targeting the right keywords as the rest of your market competitors are targeting. Keyword relevancy and listing. In this case, in your manual campaigns, you can check the keywords that you use that are best relevant to your product. You can use Helium 10's Cerebro tool to capture the most relevant keywords to include in your listings. Here's a quick way to do a competitor Cerebro keyword research. This will help you refine your keyword relevancy and remove the irrelevant keywords based on your competitor keyword strategies. We use a reverse ASIN tool for this, such as Helium 10 Cerebro. These are the quick steps on how to do it. You can start your keyword research using Cerebro by selecting your top competitors. Here on X-Ray, you should hide the sponsored products from the results and then select the competitors with the highest revenue. So make sure that you are selecting the top competitors that are offering the same and more or less has the same price point as you are, same material, and it should be also the same color. Then run your Cerebro. Setting up filters will help you refine your keywords by search volume and your ASIN's organic rankings associated with this keyword. Search volume should be 300, word count up to 2, match type should be just organic, and export it to Excel file. You may now process it until you include a maximum of 50 keywords in one ad campaign. It makes for an efficient optimization and easier to monitor keyword performance over time. You can learn the in-depth keyword research here when you check out our other video talking about competitor Cerebro in the description of this video. When you finally classify the relevancy of your best keywords, ranking from those keywords with easy competition, medium competition, and high competition, you can now proceed with selecting the keywords with high relevancy but with easy competition. Launch a campaign for it. The campaign and ad group name should be followed by your naming convention. Then you should add competitor Cerebro so you know where the keywords were extracted. And then the campaign targeting should be manual and match types should be exact, phrase, and broad. The bid depends on your aggressiveness or conservativeness, but usually we follow the suggested bid. So today we were able to show you 3 PPC mistakes that you might have committed and suggested some ways to troubleshoot it and fix it. We also showed a bonus strategy of doing your competitor keyword research using Helium 10's Cerebro. If you want to try Helium 10's all-in-one Amazon seller tool to do more advanced and effective keyword research and keyword tracking, save big using our coupon codes in the description of this video below. Keyword research done right will help you constantly optimize your overall listing and PPC campaigns to maximize profits and minimize unwanted ad spend. If you have found our videos helpful, don't forget to send in some of your comments in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's Orange Click. This is Nikki from Orange Click, and thank you for watching.
I hope this video will help you to solve some of your Amazon advertising mistakes you do, and you'll find these issues and you apply the fixes you learned. And if you haven't already, I highly recommend to try Helium 10, an all-in-one suite for Amazon sellers. It helps in every aspect of your Amazon business. So be sure to check this out. The special offer, the discount code, the link in the video description. And if you found this tutorial helpful, make sure you don't forget to click like. And now I would like to recommend you to watch more videos on how to use Helium 10 tools for different Amazon FBA business journey parts or aspects. So check this out.